This is a wonderful day, the day that the Lord has made, the day that we should be glad and rejoice in it. So sometimes back I made a video about the 5 things that I've learned from living in America. So today I want to add some few things, or rather this is a part 2 of the things that I have learned from living in America. And we want to see simple things that happen around here. When you go for shopping at the grocery store, in Kenya we call it supermarkets, but out here they call it grocery stores. And we have several grocery stores. So you go to the grocery store of your choice, the grocery store that suits maybe your budget. We have Walmart, we have Kroger, we have several grocery stores. So you can go to any of the grocery stores that you feel fits your budget. And however, the things that you need to get for your grocery shopping. So when you walk into the grocery store, it's just like any other store. It's just like any supermarket in Kenya. And you go around the aisles shopping and picking the items that you want. So it's rather the same thing, but the one different thing that I think makes things easier here is when it comes to checkout. So we have 2 types of checkout. You can either do self-checkout, or you can queue for someone to check you out. And both uses either card or cash. If you want to pay with your cash, you can pay at self-checkout, or you can pay when someone is checking you out. You can also use your card when you are self-checking out or when someone is checking you out. So I think that is the one thing that makes things easier. In Kenya, you will find long queues, people waiting to be checked out by an individual. But here you can either check out by yourself or someone can check you out. And then on your way out, you'll find someone standing there. Either they can ask you for the receipt and they, counter check to verify that you paid for your stuff. And that helps a lot in saving time. So you can walk in, do your grocery shopping, go self-checkout, and within few minutes you're out. So in Kenya, if we have a rush hour whereby during the opening days for the schools, children going back to school, that is when you have long queues in the supermarkets because you have to wait for someone to check you out. It's never the case here, however. Another thing that I have learned from living out here is the utility bills. We have almost similar utility bills. You have your electric bill back home. In Kenya, you have your water bill. You have all these kinds of bills. And here, for example, when you're being billed for your electric bill, in Kenya we buy, most of us buy tokens. We buy tokens for that meter reading, and then you'll have your electric back on. And if you run out of tokens, then your electricity is disconnected. Same out here, but out here the utility provider, your utility provider, for example I use Entergy. Entergy will send you a bill, either if you set an auto payment whereby the deductions will be made automatically from your debit card or credit card or whichever the method that you set for payment, that you're using for payment, where your bill can be deducted automatically, or you can be sent a bill through your mail, and that way you will be able to go ahead and settle your bill. And that way it helps you when most people use automatic payments, so that in case you forget, they're automatically deducted from your card, and therefore we don't have to worry about running out of tokens like in Kenya. Another thing is your phone bill. We have a prepay for our phones. You pay for your phone at the end of every month, then you're given services like calls, text messages, and internet connection, whereby you will be able to use your phone freely however you want to use it. You can call someone for 2-3 hours within the United States without even worrying about the disconnection due to recharge. In Kenya, you have to buy credit, and therefore you have to make sure that you using your credit sparingly. Like you call someone for like 2-3 minutes and you hang up because you don't want to waste, you don't want to finish your credit talking to one person. Out here, once you pay for your phone in a month, you get unlimited, for example, number of texts, and then you can call anybody within the United States for as long as you have that conversation until you're done with what you're trying to do. You have things like internet connection, which is literally the same thing. You pay for your internet service, and it's the same thing out here. You pay for your internet service at the end of every month. So the only difference that I see is for the phones, you have to pay for your phone every month, and you don't have to worry about it until the next month. For those who are using prepay in Kenya, I think you might be experiencing the same. And for the electricity, we don't buy tokens. We just use, we just get a bill from your service provider, either Entergy or whichever the service you are using. Another thing that is quite different out here is the work. When you're working here, you get paid bi-weekly. Like every 2 weeks, you get a paycheck. That will help you in sorting your basic needs along the way before the month ends. So we have people who are being paid at an hourly rate that is bi-weekly, and we have the salaried people that are paid at the end of every month. So in Kenya, the case is you are only paid at the end of every month, so you get a monthly payment on what you do. But here, you get a payment based on the time that you spend at work, and therefore you can either be paid bi-weekly or for those who are salaried, they get their paycheck at the end of the month. So in terms of the economy, it's a 24-hour economy. So people work in different shifts. We have 3 shifts in a day, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7 a.m. So those are the shifts in a work. So you can find that one job can be done by 3 different people, and that helps a lot in terms of creation of employment. It helps a lot in terms of helping people make some money, and in that way they'll be able to support their families, support their living, and support the living standard of the people. You want to use a hospital if you're not feeling well and you walk into the hospital. So the first thing that you're being asked to provide is your ID and your insurance. So if you have an insurance, you can provide that, and they will see what will be able to be deducted from your insurance. However, if you don't have an insurance, it doesn't mean that you're not going to receive treatment. You are going to receive treatment. You are going to be checked, but the thing is, you will have to pay for that service. You will have to pay for that visit, or you'll have to pay for them to check you. With an insurance, we have the co-payments, whereby the insurance pays part of it and you pay part of the money. But if you don't have the insurance, then they will bill you for that. So the only thing that you'll have to pay at that time is the money that you will pay them to see you. And then everything else that will be done to you, the billing will be sent to you on your mail. So after some time, you'll receive a bill from the hospital that for the services that you received while you were there. So it's not necessarily that you should have the money that time for them to attend to you. Unlike in Kenya, whereby you go in and you have to, you are billed, and then you are told this is how much you're supposed to pay, and then they check you, and then you can either pay that, or you can call for help, and then they'll be able to be treated. So here you can work in, get treated, and work out, and then later on you'll receive your bills on your mailing address to tell you or to bill you for the services that you received while you are there. So those are some of the things that makes things a little easier here. You can be able to receive treatment and go home and then be billed later. It's not automatic that you have to pay at that time. However, if that helps in if you have an emergency and you have to be treated, then they'll treat you and then they'll bill you. That helps a lot out here, even with those who during an emergency you need an attention and you don't have money. So those are some of the few things that I have learned from living in America, which really helps a lot in terms of the day-to-day living and making sure that they take care of its population. So far, I love everything that I've experienced out here, and it's been an amazing time. Watch out for more.